Lovely. All right, just get comfy with me on your mat. We just get our neck, shoulders, wrists ready. So just give me a little stretch, dropping right ear to right shoulder. And then slowly coming forward, nice slow tempo work. Feel the stretch in the neck. Chin to chest, take a little pause. And then slowly bring it around the other side. Lovely guys, so we're just going to work in that front semicircle. So going back in the same direction, back to chin to chest. And roll it over. So just give me a couple of half semicircles. Not a half semicircle because a semicircle is a half. So just a couple of semicircles forward, back and forward, easing into that stretch through the neck. Lovely guys, and come back to center. So you have a big shrug for me. And release. Big shrug as tight as you can and release. And one more time. Lovely, and release. Now we're going to hunch forward, so round forward as much as you can. And then open those shoulders as much as you can. Rounding forward as much as you can. Opening up the chest. Lovely, and again, so we can see our shoulders moving 4 directions. And back. We'll do a couple of shoulder circles here. Just being mindful of those 4 positions. So big shrug up. Open the chest, squeeze it back. This is back and down where we want it in our headstand. Rolling those shoulders down to the floor. Coming hunched forward and back and around. Okay, keep moving for me. Big intentional shoulder rolls here. And reverse them coming forward. It should feel really good if you've been at a desk all day. Very nice, guys. And relax. All right, bring it over onto your hands and knees for me. Hiya, Jack. Stranger, good to see you. And Danielle. All right, guys, we're going to go for 10 forward rocks here. 1, 2, feel that weight, push into your first knuckle. 3, 4, 5. And I know we do this every week, but always challenge yourself. See if you can lean that little bit further. Keeping the heel of the palm in contact with the ground always. 8, 9, and 10. Lovely stuff, guys. Just walk those fingers to the side and all the way back to the knees, and we'll go straight into 10 backward rocks. 1, 2. Again, keeping the heel of the palm on the ground, almost pressing into the floor as you rock backwards. 8, 9, and 10. Keep the fingers facing your knees, but just flip the palm. So palm is facing up to the sky. Rotate those elbows so they're facing the knee, elbow pit facing forward, and 10 more rock backwards. So a little stretch here through the forearm and around the front of the wrist. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lovely stuff, guys. Just shake it out. Going to do a little bit of pelvis positioning work after this. So we'll start on all fours. We'll just roll out those wrists. Lovely. So coming into a neutral spine position here. So I don't want your shoulder blades pinned together or pushed apart, just a nice neutral position. And I'm going to try and isolate from my mid-thoracic down to my tailbone and give a couple of pelvic rocks here, but keeping my upper spine nice and stable. All right, and as Teresa said, this is what really clicked with her when we were doing our headstands, and I think Tia really helped you to improve. So it's that pelvic rock, or some people call it a pelvic tilt, that takes you from your knees to elbow into that nice straight spine position in our headstand. So just see, guys, Keeping the mid to upper spine nice and stable, isolating that low tailbone, and just coming, lifting the tailbone and tucking it under. Very nice. Sorry, I'm going to flip you onto your back. We'll do the same thing. A little bit easier here because you have the floor to work with. So you can place your hands on your hips. Index finger and middle finger can be just on your the front of your hip bones here. Turn your tailbone down into your mat, creating a big arch, and then tuck the tailbone up to the sky. All right, and just move between those two positions for me. Again, this can feel really nice if you have any tightness in the low back. Take some deep breaths while you're here as well. A couple more rocks. And then just to finish, guys, I want you to come to like a neutral spine position when you're there. So not overly arched, not excessively tucked, just kind of a neutral position. So you might have a little bit of space between your low back. It's not firmly pressing into the ground. And that's kind of where you want to be with your headstand. So you're not tucked, you're not arched, you just have that nice straight spine, which I'll talk about when we go upside down today. All right, guys, up you get for me. We're going to do a little bit of strength and skill work here for 2 rounds. So if you have a wall, we're going to be using a wall that you're going to kick your feet to. Okie doke. So the first position I want you guys to practice. So I have my wall here. I'm going to lay on my back, take my feet together on my wall, and I might have to adjust how far I am away, but I'm going to come up into this nice straight body position, active glutes, active quads. All right, so this is where I want to land. My landing position, I know where it is. All right, from here, I'm going to bring my hips back to the floor, tuck my knees. I can take them separated, almost bringing them towards my armpits. And then from here, I'm going to drive my heels and land in that same position. Did you hear my feet land on the wall? You're probably all on mute. I'll answer for you guys. So the idea is that you have a nice controlled, stable landing. So you don't even hear that position because my glutes are activating. From here, drive the heels, squeeze the bum, nice, silent, solid landing position. If my timing is off, you'll probably hear those feet bang on the wall. All right. So let's go, guys. More aggressive, Alex. And you'll figure it out, guys. You might need to move your hips closer or further away. But practice your finish position first so you know where you want to go. Alex. Lovely, T. So let's see if you can bring your kip action up there. Lovely, T. So guys, it's a combination of speed through your heels and then activating those glutes as quick as possible. So squeezing the glutes. Good. And if you feel a bit too far away from the wall, move in a little bit, maybe take your feet higher. And watch out, Alex. Okay, anywhere from 5 to 10 reps. Good, Danielle. Try and get those hips a little bit higher. Really squeeze the hips up. So when you finish, you should be locked into that end position without having to make any adjustments. And guys, just notice the position of your spine in your setup position when your knees are tucked. So it's a little bit rounded, but not excessively so. Lovely. I'm going to give you guys a rest. We'll come back to that. Just flip over for me on your mat. Just do a little bit of strength work here. So you can do it from your knees or go straight to your pike push-ups. It's up to you. So from your knees, guys, bring your hands a little bit closer to your knees. Remember to start in this leaning position. So you can see my shoulders are leaning right over my wrists. My elbow is going to stay stacked for the entire movement. I'm just going to hinge from the elbow, tip my head, and push myself back up again. All right, and then I want you to take that to your pike push-up. So from your down dog, lean forward, tip your head, back up and through. Okay, so let's go for anywhere from 5 to 10 reps. If you want to do a couple of knee push-ups first for 5 and then 5 pike push-ups, that's fine. So Jack, in your start position, can you lean forward more for me? There you go. And keep that elbow stacked on the wrist. Now bring your knees a bit closer as well, Jack. Walk your knees all the way and keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Now lean and off you go. Very nice. Perfect. So the idea, guys, is that your forearm is a vertical pillar. Your elbows don't fall back towards your feet as you do the press action. All right, you always want to keep your elbows stacked over your wrist. And that means not allowing them flare to the side either. Lovely. Once you've done that, guys, turn yourself over. Give me a couple of more kip practices. Anywhere from 5 to 10, whatever feels good. And as I said, if you want to try and aim your feet a little bit higher by taking your hips closer to the wall, you can. Lovely, Danielle. Really nice. Super, Anna. Brilliant. Love it, guys. Really good. So just a couple, I think everyone kind of has nailed that. What I'm looking for there is good timing so that you're kicking and activating the glutes together. Flip yourself over, guys. Give me one more round of your push-ups again. So anywhere from 5 to 10 on your knees and into your pike. You can do 5 and 5 of each if you want to. Alrighty, guys, when you're done, next little challenge, and this is a fun one. And the reasoning behind this drill is to create or get used to good force through the palms of your hand. So you really have to push through your hands. After you do that kipping action, you need to actively press down to get that lockout position. So we're going to practice that force in the hands. And coming into knees to elbow. So good tripod position, elbows are stacked over the wrists, bring knees to elbow. From here, I'm going to let my feet and hips drop, press into the ground, and in a controlled way land on my feet. Then I'm going to lean back in a little bit like a seesaw between your head and your feet. All right, so it's subtlety here, leaning, pressing into my hands to control the movement, and back through again. All right, so this, I guess a seesaw will be my best description here. So from your headstand, just allow the weight to shift into your hands and then nice and slowly come to your feet. So it's more subtle than that, Jack. Really slowly let the feet come to the floor. There's no kipping action here, guys. It's just moving position. Nice, Anna. And see if you can take it back to your head. Good T. Drive the knees into the elbows. And this one can take a bit of practice, guys. It won't just happen straight away. Keep the knees on the elbows, Jenny. Good, Danielle. So a lot of people, guys, losing connection with knees and elbow. Lovely, Jack. Very nice. Now see if you can take it back. Lovely, Danielle. That's another position, more yoga style, but perfect. Her knees are just slightly outside her elbows. Come on, T, you got this. Press, T, lean and press. It's a fun one to practice. Lovely, Anna. So it just shows good control, good force down through the hands. How you doing, Donal? I think those tight hammies are, can you do knees on elbow? Very nice, guys. And just rest when you need to. All right. Okay, we're going to progress that one more. Now I'm going to take you from your headstand position, doing our kipping action that we just did on the wall, but we're going to do it to a plank position on the floor. All right. So very simply, walk the feet up, knees on elbows. From here, I'm going to drive my feet to a plank. All right. I can come back in again. From here, drive my heels to a plank. So the very same position you did on the wall, drive the heels, aggressively squeeze the glutes. And again, guys, I don't know if you could hear, but my feet are landing very gently on the floor. It's not a big bang. Lovely, guys. Head remains on the floor. Some of you experts are skipping a step. So head remains on the floor. It's just the feet on this one. And that's brilliant, T and Jenny. I know your kip is so good, it's almost bringing your shoulders and head with you. Lovely, Donal. Beautiful, guys. And feel those glutes nice and tight. Some of you are kipping to quite a high pike position. Send those feet back as far as you can. I'll show you what I mean. So I could just kick to here. You can see my hips are in the air, but I want you to kick as far back as you can. So in a nice long plank shape. Send those feet back. Lovely, Danielle. Yes, T, beautiful. Good, Donal. Nice, Anna. All right, guys, and take a little rest. If you feel like you've nailed that one, I'm going to show you the next step. If you want to continue practicing that one, you can. So now we're going to bring in that force that we practiced. So now when I kick my legs, squeeze my glutes, I want you to press. Okay, I actually skipped a step. I'm going to show you two here. So from here, we want to press up into our plank position. So you can do it like that in two kind of broken steps. Show you one more time. So here, and then press. And if that feels good, we're going to try and connect the timing. So we're going to kip and press at the same time. All right. So from here, it's, and you land up in that push-up position. I even just missed the timing there by a second. So I'll try and go again. So from here, and press up. All right, and it is quite tough. Well, I thought I used to be better at that one, but I missed the timing a little bit, but you can still finish with that little press out, okay? Geez, I'm wrecked from the demos. Yes, Teresa, nailed it. Lovely, Anna. Good, Alex. And the same thing, guys, just see if you can send those feet back into your plank position. Lovely, Comfort and Jenny. Guys, you're nailing this. Nice, Jack. Super, Danielle. Wow. Okay, and just, guys, another little progression here, because you guys are doing that one really well. I want you to see if you can push your feet back even further. So you're landing past your push-up position. Okay, so rather than landing here, you're landing really far open into this push-up position. So just give yourself an extra little bit of distance with those feet. Lovely, Anna, beautiful. Good, because remember when you go vertical, you need to open up through those shoulders. Yes, Jenny, watch your mat. Good, Jack. Very nice, Donal. Now, what might happen here, guys, and just be careful, is if the core and hips drop under, it just means you've lost connection of that core So watch for this position. Keep that core supported. Short abs, tight glutes, rather than a low hanging belly or core, all right? How are we doing time? Fine. Very nice. Lovely. Brilliant. Okay, you can take a rest, guys. What I'm going to do now is take you to the wall. The natural progression from here, guys, is actually to do a chest facing kipping handstand push-up. I'm not really going to suggest it here over camera. Usually I would have it in the gym, and just for safety, have spotters on either side of you just to make sure you hit that wall safely and don't crash down on your head, because if you do miss the wall, it can be easy that you come forward. So for safety, I'm going to turn you guys around, and you're going to do the same movement, but you're going to try and send your feet to vertical this time onto the wall. Okay, and even if you miss the wall, you'll just land down in your plank position like we were just practicing. All right, so set up, guys, and you can keep going with the one we're doing. The wall is there, but I want you to keep your hips and back off the wall. All right, I know in CrossFit you often see people resting their hips and back on the wall. That's okay when you get good at them for competition and stuff. But when you do that, it takes a lot of force out of your hands and puts most of the weight into your neck and head. All right, so we're going to stay off the wall. We're just going to aim to get our feet up there. All right, so same setup, knees to elbow. You can start with your knees and your elbow or pick them up a little bit if you want. From here, kick and push. All right. If you want, guys, keep sending your feet out towards the floor, if that feels better. Nice, Anna. All right, just think about kicking as high to vertical as you can. Lovely, Jack. Nice T. Good attempt, Jenny. So Alex, just bring it back a step and kick. I want you to kick to your plank again, or even kick past your plank. Landing feet on the floor. Yeah, just to get your timing. Lovely, Danielle. Beautiful. That's the freestanding handstand. So T, bring it back to the floor again for me, just to get that timing. Good, Alex. Or even force down through your hands. Take a rest for a second. You were doing it better for me a minute ago. And guys, remember, this is tough. It takes a lot of energy. So maybe do 2 or 3 reps and then give yourself a little rest. There you go, T. And another little practice here, guys, if it's not common for you yet, T, if you want to try to just incorporate in between some negatives, so pike push-ups, work on your negative, slowly coming head to floor, just for that strength piece. Hey, Comfort, bring it back so you get the timing. Let's kick those feet out to the floor again. Nice try, Jenny, well done. Lovely, Danielle. Good, Alex. Yes, Danielle. Come on, Jack, finish it, finish it. Super. Good work, Anna. Very nice, guys. And I'm going to give you a little finisher because you can't practice unless you want to continue practicing those. We're just going to reel it back in for good measure. And I'm going to get you guys to give me a 60-second headstand hold. And we're going to jump right into, I think most of you will be well able here, into a nice straight headstand position off the wall. And just check in with our good. So I'll give you a quick demo, guys, if you haven't been with us every week. I'll give you 3 options here. You can do tuck, knees on elbows, tuck, or straight legs. So everybody go together. Position 1, position 2, position 3, and we're going to hold for 60 seconds. All right. Let you guys get set up. Lovely. T clock is on. Off the wall, guys, if you can. Even if you're against the wall, try and keep no contact with it. Know it's there if you need it, comfort, but you got to keep forcing those hands. So think of that long, hollow body. Jenny, that's fantastic position. Really good. So Jack, I can't see if your feet are on the wall, but just looking from this angle, your elbows are slightly flared out. So I want you to try and keep a nice straight position. Yeah. Good comfort, slowly. So you're losing force with those hands, comfort. 15 seconds to go, everyone.
I trust my hand too much.
Yeah. Lovely, Jack. You might need to go a bit wider with your hands. Good. And we'll have to work on that long, hollow body position. And down you come, guys. Lovely. Now, don't worry, Jack. The rest of them have been coming for the last couple of weeks. That's why they're such experts. AKA Donal and your mother. Look at that tea. Wonderful. All right, guys. That is just kind of wrapping us up tonight. For anyone that was newer here tonight, we did jump a couple